for those of you listening on the pod.
Welcome into hour 2. And listen, I want to give a quick shout out real quick. Jacob, probably shouldn't do this. I didn't ask him if I could do it, nor would he, unfortunately, his pup not doing good, his dog. So he's having to spend some time with him this evening, that type of thing. It's just anybody who's a dog lover like I am. I'm sure there's plenty of people in the chat. You guys have pets. When it comes time, when it gets close to time to saying goodbye, man, it's a tough thing. It's so tough. And I talked to him earlier. He gave me a call, and just want to say I'm praying for you, buddy. And sorry you having to go through it there with the sick pup, man. Been there. We all been there. But we love you, and we're praying for you. And if there's anything we can do, man, just reach out. So look forward to having you back on the show very, very soon for sure. But
absolutely.
All right. With that, prayers up. Thank you, number one Packer fan. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah. All right, let's talk a little Matthew Golden. So he continues to turn heads. We played the clip from Harry Douglas yesterday. Obviously, former NFL receiver, really good NFL receiver. Darius J. Butler, one of the smartest DBs that Bill Belichick's ever coached. That was Bill Belichick's words, not mine. And they're both talking about Matthew Golden being this dude that, man, it's looking like he's the real deal. And you can see here, Bill Huber put a tweet out, Matthew Golden during a red zone drill. Again, I always tell people, watch the feet. It's so smooth. Forget the chop down. Watch how he bounces around. Like, is that wild or what?
I see what you mean. Like how it's like you can see the cleats like leave the turf. They don't even catch.
Yes.
And they're in unison. It's like it's hard to explain. This is kind of what we talked about with his Texas tape. We talked about compressed, no wasted motion route running, and you see this guy do it naturally. I don't even know how you teach that type of footwork at all. That's just one of one right there.
You either got it or you don't, man. And Emilio, this is why 40-yard dashes matter too, man. People think it's just about top end speed, but the reason that they monitor 40-yard dashes with offensive linemen, people roll their eyes and they're like, why would you need an offensive lineman to run 40 yards? It's tracking foot speed, and foot speed means coordination. It means how quick you can get one foot down behind the other. That ties into footwork when you're pass blocking, and when it comes to receiving, man, that ability to run a fast 40-yard dash tells you, okay, they've got quick feet. They're more likely going to be a better route runner than someone who has slower feet, obviously.
Right. Yeah. The ability to chop it down and basically looked like 4 steps. Chop down his stem to a curl route and then turn around and go. It's like, and like you were saying, catching it kind of with his feet off the ground, almost like how Jordan can throw it, Rodgers can throw it in the air. When you're completely off the ground and still spin it. Same sort of idea, but he's just got great feet. Maybe 5 steps.
Mm-hmm.
Chops it down, gets out, gets north. I mean, didn't need to come back to the ball right exactly, but was there ready, hands catch, go. Didn't let it get into his chest, all that.
Looks like the coaches wore that sleeveless hoodie again today, and that's what I do. This thing, get it at the pro shop, guys. It is so comfy. It is. I mean, it's made for people who's got the moves. Let me tell you.
I like they've got a couple different color scheme options too for the same hoodie, right? It's
dark gray,
multiple covers. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's really.
I need to have Tim ship me one of them.
You can go straight redneck if you want to. You ain't got to put a T-shirt under it. You can just
the dude in overalls in the first row.
Oh yeah, go down to the liquor store, get you some Pepe Lopez in it. You know what I mean? Nobody gonna judge you. You good? You good to go? So next, you going, what does that have to do with Matthew Golden? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Next Golden clip, this came in from Sleeper Packers. Telling you, man, it's one of the best follow. They got great coverage of the Packers here on X. This is, he said, great seeing Jay Love back at practice. Need that Love Golden action in week 1. I'm assuming this is going to Matthew Golden. Let's see here. That was him on the left there. He's a rocket off the line. Yep, there we go. Quick little hitch outside or a curl. But Jordan looking good, and again, man, working on that chemistry with Matthew Golden. I look forward to them, Amelia. I look forward to them attacking underneath like that with the curls and working back to the sideline, the hitches, everything, and then setting that up for a double move and a go with that 4-2-40.
Yep.
Man, everything in unison,
Because you're going to be distracted. You got Jaden Reed coming across. You got Tucker underneath. Throw a little tight end screen here and there. Josh Jacobs, punching you in the mouth, and then boom. Yep. Matthew Golden sets you up on a sluggo and it's over, right? I mean, and it's something that he can do. I love that he's not just that one-dimensional I'm a route runner. No, I'm a speedster. No, I'm a hands guy. I'm a possession catcher. He's got it all. Maybe they're not all 99s, right? But he's got every one of them at 80 basically, and let's keep growing from there.
Yeah, complete wide receiver, right? That's what you're looking for. You can kind of see it at the end of this clip. I love that you never see him guilty of turning his head upfield before he secures the catch. Yeah. We see veterans do that from time to time. And here's your first round rookie draft pick looking like a seasoned vet out there, and just fundamentally sound. I love it.
Yeah. Let's go to the chat real quick. Everybody talking about Golden in here. Cody Newman, good to see you, buddy. Says he glides out of his cuts. Jarrell Lee says he's fast. Reminds me of Greg Jennings. Lions going down week 1. Love it, man. Love it. He reminds me of Jennings too, and that's what Wildy said too. Wildy said the same thing. He reminds him of Greg Jennings. To me, he's a faster Greg Jennings is what it kind of feels like. Now, he's got to go out there and live up to it. Don't get me wrong. This was obviously training camp. Holmes MD1, Golden reminds me of Jefferson. Whew, could you imagine? And here's the thing. People hear that and they probably roll their eyes. But the reality is, to the best of my knowledge, the last time we almost took a wide receiver in the first round, if you guys remember this, we had a first-round grade, obviously, on Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings were, if I remember right, they traded up, leapfrogged us, and took Justin Jefferson. So think about that. If Goody had a first-round grade on Jefferson and he fell right in that range, I can't remember where Jefferson was taken, but it wasn't.
Honestly, it was like 18th or 19th or something like that.
So you got to kind of put Matthew Golden projection-wise. He's got to go out there and live up to it. He could be a bust, guys. That's a reality too. Let's make sure we're very clear there. But he's going to be in that range of where Justin Jefferson was in the draft, and Goody had a first-round grade on to where they were planning on taking him, right? So I don't think it's off the wall, this big exaggeration, Holmes, for you to say he reminds you of Justin Jefferson. Because what has Justin Jefferson got? He's got the whole package, right? Yep. He's fast enough. He is a smooth route runner. He's got just immaculate body control, which we've talked about Golden. That sticks out from the college tape. And his ability to catch the ball with his hands, strong hands. So, I hope you're right, Holmes. God, that would be a slam dunk. As much as I hate the Vikings, Justin Jefferson is the truth, man.
He's got what? The only thing he's got is 2-3 inches on him. He's 6'1", I think it says, 190, 195.
Yep. Makes sense. Tad Samato says, Steve Smith loves Golden, works for me. Coach Lynn says, I keep saying he reminds me of Jamar Chase. There's another one, man. Let's go. Tony Holman says, smooth. Let's see here. What else we got? Anything else? Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Clint says, in a few years, people will be comparing other players to Golden. Man,
well said. I agree with that.
I was going to say, I forgot the pod, but LSU's got the basically top 3 receivers in the league right now. They got Jefferson, Chase, and Neighbors, right? You got a bunch of dogs coming from LSU as a receiving core. Let's find one. Let's find one in Texas. Let's have it. Let's start the new trend.
Let's go. And so a couple more updates here with Matthew Golden. Wes Hodkowitz said, "Wow, Malik Willis with a brilliant deep ball to Matthew Golden for a 46-yard touchdown. One of the prettiest sequences of camp." You guys can find that on the Packers Twitter account. I got to be careful with that because I know they've uploaded it. If they upload it as a YouTube video, the AI might trigger a copyright there. There's nothing anybody can do about it. The Packers can't even have them, remove it or whatever. So if you check that throw out, it's pretty. It is really, really pretty. So Malik Willis having a hell of a camp. But again, you see Jordan Love connecting with Matthew Golden. Now you got Malik Willis connecting with Matthew Golden. Ryan Wood, this may be the same thing, although the yardage didn't match up. Malik Willis throws a bomb to Matthew Golden, who cooks Keyshawn Nixon and Evan Williams on a post route for a 53-yard touchdown. Packers rookie sure looks ready for week 1. The other one was 49. He's saying 53. So this might have been 2 separate touchdowns we're talking about here. So pretty cool, man. Matthew Golden continuing to flash at camp. You guys got anything else on Matthew Golden you want to hit on before we move along here, fellas?
Quarterbacks love receivers like that, right? You love a receiver like that who just makes your job that much more easy, really. I mean, it makes a difficult job easier when you've got a receiver like Matthew Golden, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Matt Schneidman put this tweet out. Anthony Belton today on if Clementines are the cure. quote, it might be, man. It might be. Hopefully it don't ever get like that again, but we're going to keep eating them. I'm from the South. We eating them down there.
Escalade. I love it.
I absolutely love it, man. Obviously, he's
Maybe
talking
I
about.
need to add that to the pregame. I'll bring 2 bananas and now a clementine for
There you
pregame.
Oh yeah, you can get like a whole pocket full of clementines going for game day.
Yeah, if y'all could have seen the look on my face as we walked through downtown Nashville to the stadium, getting ready to cross the bridge, and I look up and like, Amelia, you got 2 bananas? He's like, man, I ain't cramping up.
I wasn't having it.
Yeah.
Didn't
So
you
he-
cramp after all them?
I did. On the way home, going up the interstate, I was a little nauseous too. We had to stop a couple of times. Ain't gonna lie, full disclosure. But I remember complaining to man. He's like, "What are you doing over?" I'm like, "I can't get this cramp out of my foot. My foot is cramping up so bad." Anyway, so it's just cool. Again, think of McManus on the sideline as a ref, right? Think of the pop that got out of them. Think of what Tim said. Was it Brinson Tim catching the punt, right?
Yep.
And then you got obviously Rasheed Walker, who me and Tim, we talked about it. Full disclosure, a couple days ago, I'm like, man, is Rasheed Walker in a bad place? Like, does he not want to be here type thing? And then he's cracking jokes about Anthony Belton got his ass chewed out by Matt LaFleur for the penalties, come to the sideline, and Rasheed Walker hands him a Clementine. Here, have a snack.
Should be all right.
Love it.
Gotta love it.
Love this team. All right. Let's shift gears to the defensive side of the ball. And Tim, you got some really good shots here from the sideline. Then we'll get into what happened on the defensive side of the ball and kind of who flashed. I know you were down there with the position group. This is the D-line group, obviously getting some work in. I'll crank the volume when you're ready for it. But you see them, I'll fast forward a little bit because they're just kind of getting the sleds ready here, aren't they?
Yeah, you can.
To me here,
It's actually kind of interesting because these are the boys coming over. There's Rashawn kind of welcoming everyone over, but you can just kind of get, if you want to run the volume, you can kind of get the energy that this unit has together as you see everybody playing.
There you go. Oh yeah, look at OV and got that handshake with Gary. Covington's got them boys buzzing, don't he?
I'm telling you, and they're all focused. It's not Coach Covington commands attention. You never see anybody looking off, and if somebody is, they're going to get chewed out immediately by Rashawn Gary or somebody else. But they move as a unit.
Tim with the perfect camera angle. We got to watch this again. I'm gonna crank the volume. Everybody on the podcast.
Language alert. There might be. I don't think so. I think this one's pretty clean. But you've
let this slide.
You got VO here on the left telling everybody to break the sled again. It's awesome.
Have the FCC write me a letter. We're gonna let this one slide. All right.
Let it run.
So you're basically, for everybody on the pod that can't see this, you got 4 defensive linemen, right? 2 on each side. They're gonna smack the sled, and then one is gonna punch the ball out while the other focuses on recovering it. Right. This is a really cool drill. Let's listen to the sound full volume here.
Break it now. Good. Knock it back. That's it. All together. All together. I like it. I like it. Another good group. How violent can you be? Here we go. Get it under control. That's it. Here we got it.
Oh, love
I
it.
love Coach Ogabasi, man. How violent can you be? Be violent with them hands. Violent. Oh,
that's great footage.
These guys are humming, man. They're clicking. This D-line group, once they iron out these kinks, it's going to be fun to watch these boys up front this year.
Now, here's another one. I might have gotten them backwards. Just talk to me here, Tim. What do we got here with that? I guess the defensive line gets set.
This looks like one-on-ones. This was the beginning of practice. Coach Covington giving some direction, I believe. Yeah. It's kind of tough to see. That's Rashawn and Kenny probably, or who is that? Esther doing a rep. Yeah.
98.
Yep. You got O'Malley, the new addition here.
Yep.
Getting some work in. Devontae Wyatt. Yeah. Looks like it was just some one-on-one, just kind of really this is the first thing they did today when they hit
getting loose.
Yep.
And remember, I mean, like after they get done with practice, their day's not over, right? They got to go into meetings. They got team. They got positional. They have then they probably got to hit the gym. It's not like it's just 10 o'clock. I'm done for the day.
Right.
That's right.
Great point. All right, we got another clip from you here, Tim. Talk to me on this one. Let me know what we're looking at here. It says outside release. That sound familiar?
Okay, so this is great. I'll set this one up. You can hear this one too, and you'll hear Rashawn screaming at the guys. But basically, they're working on outside release, and it's kind of off the screen. I'm not sure who those two are on the far left, but somebody did an inside release. And every single guy on the D line screamed and called it out, and the coaches called it out, and they corrected it, and they moved forward with the drill together. It's pretty cool.
Let's play here. Language alert, maybe.
Oh, it's LVN. Look.
Yeah. Let's go. All right, looking like a monster.
He does.
Yeah, you heard Rashawn in the background with a few choice words.
Yeah.
That stuff better be immaculate, he was saying, walking up and down the line. Just so cool to it's a blessing even to get this close, to just be able to get stuff like this, man. It's so cool.
Yeah. And was it Clint in the chat says Covington was a good hire. Emilio, this is a great hire, dude. This
Great
dude,
hire.
He is shaking things up big time, man.
Love it. And it's just, it doesn't have to be the same thing, right? He's coming from New England. He's got different techniques, different things, bringing a different energy. I mean, just showing up, having the, the drive, pushing these guys, every little bit that he's done for them, it seems to be paying off, man. And I love the energy, love to see it. I'm excited to see all starters out there, right? And see kind of what that front four can do when they get into a game situation. Because if we can bring pressure with four, if he's able to get these guys to bring us pressure with four, it's going to be a long season for everybody else. I'm telling you.
We kept saying something felt different, right? Something's different down there with that group this year. And it's like, we got the Ball King and we got Coach Ogabasi. Well, they were here last year. The difference is Coach DeMarcus Covington with this D-line group. I think that's what it, like, Emilio, to your point, it's like he's got these guys clicking. It's just an absolute smash home run of a hire, I think, for this staff.
Yeah, we got DJ in the chat. It's Trucker John's boy. Says
DJ, what's up? Saw him out there today.
Yeah, got the hangout, right?
Yeah.
He says, I think Oladapo takes a step forward this year, and it's going to be scary to see someone that big in the secondary if he can improve. He had a good game last week, right? Didn't he have like a 72 PFF grade, I think? So looked pretty solid, man. We're deep. We are deep at safety. There's no two ways about that. Good to see you in here, DJ. So another update here. Wes Hawkowitz says Brenton Cox Jr. had a nice bull rush versus Tom in one-on-ones. Also beat Banks. That's B Banks, not Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks was out today. Inside. Powerful, quick dude. So Brenton Cox Jr. continuing to impress at training camp. It seems like him and LVN both have taken a step forward. And listen, it's a rising tide raises all ships, right? Like you look at LVN, you think LVN isn't looking over his shoulder at Brenton Cox Jr. like this dude's right on my heels. It's time to take this job and not give any kind of daylight whatsoever to give up any meaningful reps. I think they're going to push each other for sure. Morgan acquitted himself well. I'm seeing that right. Versus Brooks at left guard. Good battle between Ryan and Wyatt too. So Sean Ryan is quickly becoming one of my more appreciated Packers. I don't know how you feel about that, Emilio. Like the fact that he's your backup center now. If we were having to depend on Jacob Monk as our backup center, I would be terrified right now. Honestly, I don't think they would put him in. I think they would just kick Tom over and adjust, But Sean Ryan is going to be valuable this year, is he not?
Yeah, we've been saying that. I think from the beginning that Tom is our break glass in case of emergency center. I just don't think it's Monk right now. Nothing against him. It's just not – it's not there yet. And, yeah, Sean Ryan, I think he's got to be, one of the most key guys on the inside. I mean, he's playing all three inside spots. That's a really key dude coming in on this whole line. Coming into the season already a little bit banged up, right? So I'm hoping that everybody stays, knock on wood, good to go from here on out. But yeah, Sean Ryan has stepped up. We've talked about him coming from a tough spot when he first got in the league, and he's put his head down and worked hard, and that's what we like to see on this team. And he's making a name for himself because of it.
Yeah. Wes Hogwitz tweeted out, Edgerrin Cooper out of a cannon off the weak side for a sack and to move the ball. That's the other thing I wanted to say, too, with the Micah Parsons stuff. I wanted to say we got Micah Parsons at home. You know, that whole mean, because honestly, this is how Micah Parsons' career started, was playing stack backer and them firing him on some of those mock blitzes, some of those scrapes, those twists up front. And I'm not saying they should eventually put Edgerrin Cooper to edge. I think you keep him at stack backer, right? But that's the other thing. Someone had said, I would be willing to trade Edgerrin Cooper for Micah Parsons. I'm going,
What?
What are we talking about here? And here's the other thing. Let me mention this, not to bring it completely back around, but since we're talking Edgerrin Cooper, those picks turn into players. So this is the way I like to look at potential trades of draft picks. If you're willing to give up 2 firsts and a second for Micah Parsons, this is what I hear in my mind. Because nobody plans on busting on picks. You plan on hitting on every pick that you possibly can, right? Nobody's going to go, hey, it don't matter if this shakes out. They're doing their due diligence. Scouting department staying up all hours of the night to make sure they try to get this pick right.
Right.
Would you be willing to trade with what we got now? I'm going to ask everybody in the chat, yes or no. Matthew Golden. Would you trade Matthew Golden, Lucas Van Ness, and Edgerrin Cooper for Micah Parsons?
You do that, you're going to get your ass kicked. And
That's the first. You understand what I'm saying? Like those picks turn into players. Yep. And that's where, and I know there's going to be people, well, think of the bust, think of the misses. That's correct. But you're going to miss on picks. You're going to. The fact that you would be willing to trade Matthew Golden, LVN, and Edgerrin Cooper for Micah Parsons, I'm sorry, man. You're insane if that's the case.
You could even do Quay, Devontae Wyatt, and Christian Watson. Maybe you have a little bit more of a case there because people don't like Quay, but I would think either way. Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. That's what I'm saying. Like we've been.
I'm not going to. So quit asking.
Thank you, Nick, because we've been blessed with what we have at inside back. I mean, we got 2 dogs at defense. Everybody can't wait for Christian to come back. You take your pick there.
Yeah.
Yep. Did you check on the poll, Clay, in YouTube, or did you do it at the end?
Let me look here. Now I got it right here. We got 93 votes. 87% said no. Only 13% said yes to the trade. So, and that's how it was on X. That doesn't surprise me at all. And, I hope they mention that when they talk about it again, just to kind of at least be like, wow, okay, we disagree with a large majority of the fans.
Right, they can just mention PTA while they're talking about it. That's fine.
they're not going to do that, so quit asking. So, no, but the reason that I bring that up with the trade and everything, and I expected the fans, maybe not 87-13, but I expected, maybe 60-70% of the fans to agree with them. And it really made me go, I've got a lot of faith in this fan base right now. Like that they were like, no, absolutely not. Because it got pretty colorful in there. That's why I kind of felt bad. Like the goal wasn't, and that's why I'm glad I didn't tag him, because it was like, it wasn't just I'm going to pass. It was like, y'all have lost your damn mind type responses, So anyway, let's see. Moving along here, Gary pressure on Malik Willis to break up a screen for Josh Jacobs. So Gary flashing a little bit there on the screen pass. Javon Bullard breaks up a pass for Dobbs off of play action 2 plays later. So Bullard showing up a little bit today. You'd love to see that happen, man.
We were talking about Musgrave on the offensive side of the ball having a good camp as of late, right? And same thing with Javon Bullard. He's really come on these last couple of weeks.
Yeah. And if he turns into you ain't even got to be like a top 10 slot defender. If he last year in the slot, I feel comfortable saying he was starting quality in the slot, not at safety. I want to be very clear.
Yeah.
I think he played cheeks at safety. That's just me personally. In the slot, I think he would have been you would have considered him a starting caliber slot defender, because yes, he doesn't cover vertically very well. He doesn't cover flag routes and corners and things like that well. Right. But boy, oh boy, anything underneath and his extra run fit there out of the slot, that really, really helped the run
And
game.
he does not. I mean, he is not afraid to throw a shoulder. Like that man will tackle somebody. And it was. I saw a clip the other day. I should have sent it to the group, but it was textbook tackle, and they were using Bullard's tape. I think it was on a Florida guy, but just came in and stuck the dude. And it's like, yeah, that's what we brought him in for. And even so, he'd be a top 32 slot. Shoot, he'd probably be a top 90 safety. So I mean, it's not like he is. I wouldn't say he. I mean, he's obviously probably not 64, but I would say he could probably fit in there as the third rotation safety. But I've also pulled for Bull because I feel like they ask him to do a lot going from safety to slot all the time.
Yeah. And Tim, like you said, man, you kind of feel like Bullard's almost like a linebacker trapped in a cornerback's body, right? Like that's how he plays the game. I think that's a good description because he does play very physical in that regard.
Yeah, and you love to see it, right? It's just that sometimes the coverage suffers, and there's tit for tat in any kind of development of a player. Like Emilio saying, when you're looking at the sliders, the scale, that's a great way to do it. But I've always felt that he's definitely a linebacker trapped in a safety's body. But he's got that physicality, and I'm with you, Clay. I think slot corner is the strong spot for him.
And Tim.
Thick.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
The originator of that clip right there.
It really was, yeah. Wes Hykowitz also tweeted out, Lucas Van Ness bust through for a tackle for a loss of Jacobs in 11-on-11. So LVN continued.
Here's a guy.
That dude, man. I want him to, I'm going to pull so many receipts from last year if LVN blows up this year, dude. I'm just petty enough. I'm going to go to the – start deleting them now. If you hear my voice and you were bashing LVN, do yourself a favor. Start deleting the tweets now because I'm pulling the receivables, baby. I'm going to – it's going to look like a damn CVS receipt. That thing going to have –
one that folds 6 times and then hand it to you.
I want him to blow up so bad because he just kind of waited his turn, and they've had him in heavy rotation, just kind of off in the – and then like Ryan pointed out on his pod, second half of last season, he started to flash. We got excited on this show, which I'm taking it back to Wildy and Tausch, where it's like some fans said that we were watching the pass rush going, they're doing exactly what they were asked to do to play within the scheme. LVN's pressure rate started to skyrocket in the second half of the year, and you could tell – they seen something in practice. They seen something where they're like, let's just go ahead and move on from Preston Smith. Let's start to turn LVN loose a little bit more. So also want to mention Willis hit Musgrave on a crosser the previous play. We showed you a clip where Love in 7-on-7 hit Musgrave over the middle, and now you're seeing Willis hit Musgrave on a crosser too. So Musgrave, we might be due for that leap we've been talking about with Musgrave for sure.
Speaking of Luke Musgrave, I'm sure Packer Socials has it somewhere, but after practice, him and Ben Sims were sharing a bike together riding back to the facility. If you want to see what two big tight ends look like riding a bike, these guys were hilarious. After
That's awesome.
Yeah.
DJ in the chat says, I don't want to trade for a player who doesn't want to play out his contract. DJ, I don't have as much a problem with a player not wanting to play out his contract because just kind of how business works in the NFL. Teams, if we feel that way, then we got to feel that way about the teams cutting them loose before the contract's up too, right? I try to be fair in that regard. The thing I have a problem with, DJ, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what you're saying, could you guys imagine if we traded for Micah Parsons and all of a sudden he hits a cold spell where maybe a 4-game stretch where he's not playing great football and he's still doing that podcast every week? Could you imagine how fans are going to react to that? Because he's very vocal on that podcast. He stirred up a lot of stuff last year within the Cowboys, just making comments here or there. I want to say it was either last year or the year before he made a comment about Dak that kind of ruffled some feathers.
Yep.
Am I the only one that thinks Packer fans will get tired of that real quick too?
Yep. No, that's exactly it. I mean, I think Jerry's getting tired of that, Clay. I think they were talking on Love the Stars that Micah's the first kind of person that's really had a vocal platform that speaks out a kind of not against Jerry, but like against the actions that's going on with his contract. And it's something that Jerry hasn't really had to deal with before, is going ahead and processing that. And it's like, hey, we've already kind of lived that. Nothing against Aaron. I love Aaron, but that's true. Half of the time 30 minutes of the episode, we'd be talking about what was going on here, and there. It's like we can't even talk about, what we saw on the footwork that Matthew Golden's gone through or what D-line was working on. And it's just like those are the kind of things you miss out on.
No, I think it's a great point. And again, I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan. Always have been, always will be. But I completely agree. There were times where it was like, can we just talk football? for once. Like, let's just, you know what I mean? Let's just stick to football here. But, yeah, so I understand where you're coming from there, DJ, and I do think fans would get – if he's playing great, they don't care, right? But as soon as you start to struggle – and it's funny you mentioned Jerry, Emilio, because Jerry's the one that runs his mouth down there, right? He ain't want nobody else to. He wants to be the center, the focal point, right? Like, you know, I can just hear him. If anybody going to smack the ball in the ass, it's going to be me, not the player. You know what I mean? Like, just something along those lines of him just constantly wanting to be in the limelight. But, yeah, and hearing Adam Schefter talk about it earlier today, he said he thinks it's more likely than not that they're headed for a divorce as opposed to working it out. He's saying it's still on the table. It could work out. But he thinks if he had to choose right now, he thinks they're probably going to part ways at some point. So, yeah. So we'll wrap it up with a little kicker talk here, free of charge, of course. Ryan Wood tweeted out, Packers kicker Mark McNamee. I feel confident that that's how you say it, guys. McNamee. All right. It's perfect on 6 kicks today. Extra point, 45-yard middle, 47 right hash, another extra point, 46 right hash, and then a 49-yarder on the left hash. Good bounce back day after Indy. So pretty cool there, man. Pretty cool that McNamee is as Brandon McManus is walking around on the sidelines with an official outfit on that McNamee's just over there.
You think they put him under the goalpost?
Oh, that would have been perfect, Tim. Put
Oh, man.
McManus under there.
It's great to see this because when I was watching, they were on my side of the field for a while, and McNamee was there. The Irishman was there. McNamee. Okay, McNamee.
That's what we're going with today, anyway.
Yeah. Well, he was kicking left and right hash, backing up 5 yards in between reps, moving left to right hash, just by himself, kicking with the tripod, and then as soon as they brought Orzic over and Wheelan and started to snap, hold, and kick, he started missing. And I'm going, ooh, what is going on here? Is it something maybe with, he was kicking a ball on the tripod, no problem. But the minute there was a snap and hold, he started having a little bit of difficulty. So seeing Ryan Wood's tweet here, this makes me feel great. So he goes 6 for 6. So whatever he missed while he was warming up there, he must have figured out and took care of business when it mattered. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think that can come down to even just the way that McManus wants it, right? Like he wants the ball tilted at a certain angle coming out of Dan's hand, catch it from Orzic, get Dan's hand here, plays it here, tilt it this far back when I'm kicking past 30 yards, anything like that. So maybe, McNamee probably hasn't gotten to that point of, hey, Dan, I want you to put it here, X, Y, and Z. I'm just going to run it how McManus wants it, and maybe it's just a different tilt for where I wanted it.
Right.
Yep.
All right, so we'll wrap it up with this. QB3, practice squad quarterback, right? I felt like Elgersma played well against Indy, me personally. And PFF disagreed wholeheartedly, right? Now, I know Sean Clifford had what proved to be the game winner on the zone read option. Pretty cool that they ran a zone read to win the ball game, right? But when you're looking at Elgersma versus Clifford, this is something that Clifford doesn't have. I want you to watch this clip. And unfortunately, this didn't count because of a penalty. But this is an absolute missile that Elgersma throws into double coverage, threads the needle to Ben Sims. So you see Ben Sims, he's lined up on the inside right here. If you can't see my cursor. Let me see here. Right here. That's Ben Sims, 89. So he's going to kind of run a skinny post, right? Watch Elgersma turn this thing loose, guys. And again, he's got a freaking cannon. Watch this. Set, let it rip. Look at that. Touchdown. And again, it didn't count because of the penalty. But when you see that kind of arm talent, they may carry both of them on the practice squad. I don't know. But I highly doubt it. Every day that goes by and the more tape I watch, I want Elgersma to be that practice squad guy. Now, will they do it? I don't know. I want to get y'all's take on it because, again, he's got to learn how to run an NFL offense. Obviously, the rules are much different in Canada. But, man, when you see stuff like this, you see why they wanted to get him in here. And you also see why the Cincinnati Bengals were trying to get him into their camp before the Packers got him into theirs. What do y'all think about this throw here, those big league?
I agree with what you said, Clay. I mean, kid's got a rocket for an arm. But if he's struggling to run the offense, it's going to be tough to justify, holding a spot on the roster for him, even if it is a practice squad spot. Those are valuable too. So but he does have the advantage of being younger, and I believe he's probably the tallest quarterback on our team, right? So when you talk about vision, behind the line of scrimmage with these big guys, Taylor Elgersma is a big dude. Almost looks like he could play tight end if he wanted to. But clearly, man, he can let that thing fly. And it's like threading the needle is one thing, but like literally rendering the defense batting the ball irrelevant is a whole nother thing. It's like I don't think that DB had any opportunity to even get a fingertip on that ball.
Right.
That's an absolute missile.
That's it, Tim. Chuck Jagger said it here. Somebody forgot to push Y. I'm telling you, that'll stress you right out when you're pressing it and it doesn't happen. But the Elgersma looks like me when I go 5 wide, Clay, and you always hit the tight end on the all verticals play.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Just wait for that safety to make a decision and just bullet that thing in there. But safety tried to make a play, comeback. But I love the arm strength there from the young guy.
See, I like to go empty 11 flex tray. And here's what I do is I like to go speed 1. Let's go left to right. 2 by 3 set. Okay.
Yep.
Speed, Matthew Golden. All right. And then you got Tucker Kraft in the 2 over there. And then you got 3 on the right. Speed to the 1 on the outside over there. So you force 2 on the shelf, or you're going to have an advantage with the speed deep, right? And then have those other guys, the 2 and the 3 on that side, working kind of the skinny post. And I got her on a drag, a shallow cross. So if they go zone, they fan that thing out with a shell look, hit the tight window to Tucker, get ready to load up that truck, stick on a DB, baby. That's what I like doing. So, and again, when you're coming out in 11 with that look, that forces them into a nickel set, and you've actually got a running back over there in the 2. Right. So speed at each one, Tucker Kraft with the yak and the trucking ability out of the 2 on the left, and then good possession catcher like a Romeo Dobbs in the 3 running the skinny post. So if they decide to go with a cover 2, let him clear the mock, hammer that thing in there. It just becomes a high-low read. You're either hitting the 3 on the skinny, or you're hitting the 2, Tucker Kraft, on the drag, and just work it high-low. So
then right after that, you're pressing Y like crazy, get the hurry up. Come on, let's go. Hurry up. Run the same play again.
No, don't hit the hurdle. You were saying hurry up. I got you. Yeah. So, yeah, and some of you guys are going, what if they go 2-man under with inside leverage? You just roll right and throw that thing into the 3rd row. Live to play another play because you're screwed. So, but anyway, all right, there's your Taylor Elgersma update on the day. I'm excited to see him again this week. And, Tim, it sounds like they're going to play our boy Malik Willis significant amount of snaps here in this game. Obviously, Jordan's not going to play. I want to say they're going to get the ones out there for a significant amount of time. I hope they play the ones a whole quarter. I know people are going to go, what if we have an injury? I could care less. Injuries are going to happen. We're to the point now. We got to get ready for the freaking season. Go out there, get your ones out there at least a quarter, and then feel good about where you're at. Get them off the field. Try to round out the bottom of this roster with some of those competitions there in the 2nd through the 4th quarter. What's your take on that? And we'll wrap up, Tim.
I agree with that. I'm just checking over here at the schedule. I mean, you've got that kind of mini bye between the last week of preseason here and then week 1. So yeah, if you get a little banged up, that's fine. I'd rather a guy have to, sit in the cold plunge a little longer and get ready for week 1 because he was playing in that last preseason game and he's, firing on all cylinders. You got to tune yourself up here. The whole point of a preseason and a training camp is to get ready for the real deal. And, if you're a starter and you're getting limited reps, I agree with your logic, Clayton. I think at least 1 quarter, if not, maybe even a little more. Maybe you bleed it into that 2nd quarter a little bit and start making your changes before half or something. I don't know. But I think the more reps, the better. And then especially when you think about even the 2s and the 3s, getting a chance to, run with the 1s as well, because that can help a young player in their development too, being able to get maybe a rep or 2, out there against the 1s, So I'm just hoping that they mix it up. But I'm with you, Clayton. We're playing football, right? It's a grown man's game. Everybody gets hurt.
Let's get it. We've played it safe long enough. Emilio, is my math correct? We're going to play on Saturday, and then we've got, will it be 15 days before
so Saturday the 23rd. Then you got the next weekend would be the 30th. That's a Saturday. Then that next weekend is the 6th. That's a Saturday. So that's 2 weeks. Yep. And then we're playing on the 7th. So yeah, you're right about 15 days. So I mean, it's a full buy for them. I mean, obviously they're still going to have practice and everything, but you're going to get cooled back off again after you go through this game. So it's about keeping that mental forward and paying attention to, what's at stake is Lions at home. I mean, we got to show up ready to play. You got to protect this house from the beginning of 2025. I mean, we got to get off to a different start with our divisionals than we did last year. So I think that Matt's got to keep them, head to the grindstone these next two after this pregame or after this preseason game. They really need to keep the grind going.
Yeah, and I know we got kind of a short turnaround there with two of the best teams in the NFC in the Detroit Lions on Sunday. Then we play on a short week on Thursday. But look at the positive side, guys. We're playing at home both those games.
Yeah.
Right? So the guys are sleeping in their own bed. You know what I mean? Like it could be worse, right?
And Matt's probably spinning a little bit of the game plan in. Maybe it's the beginning of this coming week after the preseason game. He might put in a little bit for Washington at the beginning of this week, or maybe at the end of next week and say, hey, I just want to have this in early for that following week just so that we do have it. But here's our game plan for the Lions. Bing, bam, boom. Keep moving.
That's a real good test right out of the gate, right? Short week to kick off your season. I mean, thank goodness they're both at home, like Clayton said. It'd be crazy to have to go on the road on a short week like that. But I think we're going to find out real quick who this team is bright and early this year. It's going to be fun.
Completely agree. All right, guys, that's going to do it. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us, man. This was a lot of fun. I know we've got a lot of people that rolled through. We've got a bunch of new viewers. The analytics are showing us if you guys love this type of content, hit like, hit subscribe, click that bell icon so you're notified every time we go live. We'll be back tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Central Time for PTA Live. We'll be giving you all the latest on Green Bay Packers news and notes. And is there a practice tomorrow, Tim, by chance?
Yeah, but probably not public.
Okay, so it's going to be closed practice.
Joint practice Thursday, though. Yep.
Okay, got it. So there you go. Closed practice tomorrow. We should have updates, so we'll cover what happened in practice tomorrow and get everything ready to go for Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Sure.
But Donovan's question, I believe it's the 26th of August. So you get a couple days into that that first week of the 2-week bye there.
On the ticker. It should be on the ticker here.
Perfect.
Yep, Tuesday, August 26th. Yep.
There you go. And guys, we got football. We got high school football this week down here. Thursday night. I think
4 college games this weekend too, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's week 0 in college. We got preseason NFL. We've got Jesse Nelson on the Wildy and Tout Show. I think they said they're going to be having a live broadcast of a Wisconsin high school game on Thursday night. So you got Thursday night high school football on ESPN. I believe it'll be ESPN Madison's YouTube channel. I love checking those out. Jesse and them do a great job calling those games. So we got high school football. It's just going to be awesome, man. We got Friday Night Rivals here this week, Emilio. It's going to be, where we went to the Redneck Brawl?
Yep.
That Coliseum there, or Freedom Hall. That's on campus. The football field we walked by, that's called Science Hill. Well, 2 of the best teams.
Kermit Field.
Kermit. Yeah, you're right. It was.
Yeah. So 2 of the best teams.
Yeah, in the area, you got Science Hill High School and you got Elizabethton. For those who don't know, Jason Witten played at Elizabethton High School. Charles Davis, the announcer, is originally from Elizabethton, but now Jason Witten's brother, Sean Witten, is the head coach there. So they travel up to Johnson City to play Science Hill. And it should be a good matchup. Here lately, it seems like Elizabethton is kind of dominated, but that'll be on local TV here on Friday night. So I may have a daddy soda or 2 and watch some high school football this weekend. That might just happen. So that being said, don't go to this dude's barber, okay? Whatever you do, stay away from that guy. And we will and stay away from this guy too. He'll spit in your fries.
Oh, man. Yeah.
We'll
Can I get a large
cry into your fries?
Yeah.
Yes, you will cry.
It's for a cop. Why'd you say that?
What are you going to spit in that? Don't spit in that cop's drink. Yeah, throw a flag on that. You know what I mean? So, all right, everybody have a great night. We appreciate you as always. Let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. And go, Pack, go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.